Hi, my name is Justin. I am a Franciscan friar and a Roman Catholic priest, but I work at an interfaith center. So our doors are open to anyone who is interested in personal growth and development. The essence of what we do here is the teaching of meditation or mental prayer. Now, the reason for that is that the mystics, the holy people of all major religions, have said that if you want to take total control of your life, you must be involved in the discipline that they refer to as either mental prayer or meditation. And that means you have to be in control of your thought process. So in this session, I just want to give you a bird's eye view of how you can see yourself as the powerful spiritual being that you actually are. Now, the research on meditation started in the early 1920s, and the scientists started simply by measuring the amount of energy that is coming off of the brain. Now, all of us have an energy field that's coming off of the brain, and it's called the aura. It's there all the time. And when the scientists were testing for how strong that energy was, they always had their subjects lying down, and they were always getting the same reading, somewhere between 8 and 12 cycles. And they thought at first that that was the full range in which the human mind and the brain function. However, when one of these subjects got up from the cot on which they were lying, with the electrodes still attached to their head, and the person doing the monitoring realized that they were producing more electrical energy. And so they started a whole new set of experiments, and they found that in our normal waking state, our brains are functioning somewhere between 10 and 14 cycles. And in order to make a distinction between these two areas, they called this one alpha, the first letter of the Greek alphabet, because they found it first. This one they called beta. Since that time, they have found that the measurement between 7 and 14 is called alpha, but 4 to 7 they refer to as theta, and from 0 to 4 is delta. Now, for our purposes here, it's important for you to know there's a big distinction between what happens here when your brain frequencies are high and when your brain is functioning at these lower brain frequencies. And the reality is that when you relax physically and mentally, your brain frequencies go down into these areas, and you lose all limits of both time and space here in these dimensions. That's very important, because in our Western world, we teach only the upper brain frequencies. We don't teach anything about the power of the mind and the brain at this level. Now, the brain is the mechanism that processes information. The mind is the spiritual side of you. Now, this is immaterial. The theological community refers to this reality as soul. Now, the process is this. If you fill your mind with good, healthy, wholesome, positive thoughts, those thoughts are going to get recorded on the brain. And when you repeat those over and over and over again, that information goes into the subconscious, and you become what you are thinking about. So the scientists are very clear. Your thought process creates your reality. So you are in control. Now, if you take the time to fill your mind with good, healthy, wholesome, positive thoughts, then you will have a good, healthy, wholesome, positive life. Now, the practical application is this. If you want to change anything in your life, you've got to start here. So, for example, when I was in training and we were taught how to do meditation, the idea was to picture yourself being the way you wanted to be. So when I was in training, there was one of the friars there that I did not relate to very well at all. And I was very impatient with him. So I would go into meditation and I would picture myself in my mind being with him and being very comfortable, looking at all the good things I could see in his person and listening very carefully to what he was saying. I repeated that meditation over and over and over again until it got recorded at the subconscious level. And one day, when I was talking to this person without ever thinking about it, I simply noticed that I was patient, that I was listening to what he was saying, and I felt very comfortable in his presence. Please note, it was the thought process that created that reality. Now, this is true of every area of your life. And one of the areas that I think is really significant in terms of showing how powerful the thought process is applying these thought processes to your health. Now, you know, over the years, I have had so many of my students who have used meditation for healing. And the process is very simple. You go into a relaxed state, physically and mentally, and you picture yourself being the way you want to be in perfect health. So, for example, a friend of mine came into my classes and had migraine headaches. We taught a very simple technique on how to visualize those pains disappearing. And he started to use that technique every day in his meditation. And over the period of just a few days, when he felt a migraine headache coming on, he went into meditation, started to picture himself in perfect health, and gave direction to the brain to be in perfect functioning without any pain. And he was able to create that reality. You know, this is not new. Years ago, in 1985, there was a young man who had contracted AIDS, and one of his clients told him about this meditation program and how it can be used for healing. And he became very interested, so he came and took the class and started to apply the techniques to healing. And he went into meditation, picturing his immune system starting to regenerate itself. And over the period of 6 weeks, he was able to completely overcome AIDS. Now, that event was published in New Realities magazine in 1985, and it was picked up by people all over the country. Now, the program that I teach is called the Silva Method of Meditation. And the gentleman who created this program was way, way, way ahead of his time. And he is the one who has developed these techniques that can be applied to healing. Now, there was a couple who came into his class, and they were dealing with terminal cancer patients, Dr. and Mrs. Simonton. And when they left the class, they wanted to apply these materials to their center, which was in Dallas, Fort Worth. So they started to teach their patients how to use meditation 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. And over the period of several years, they were able to get between 80 and 85% total remission of terminal cancer, adding to their methodologies, the medical methodologies, to meditation, and they were getting this kind of effect. The couple who did that research did this book on getting well again. More recently, there is a gentleman by the name of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he has written a book called You Are the Placebo. And if you learn how to go into a very deep meditation state and connect with the unconditional love energy that exists here at the subconscious level, you have a connection to possibilities that are completely unlimited. You are a powerful spiritual being. Now, if you are interested, we teach this meditation program on a regular basis here at the Hermitage. And if you are interested in getting further information about the program, please contact us at our website at hermitageindy.org. We will be able to get you to a longer presentation if you are interested, and also get you familiar with some of the materials that we have available for teaching you how to use meditation. Thank you for watching, and God bless.